Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've gone live, so here I am, and also trying to mess with some of this stuff. I don't know how many of you guys are on. I see somebody has checked a thumbs up at me. This is Maxie. Maxie, do you want to come back and say hi to the people? Come here. Come here, Maxie. Come on, buddy. Look, it's Maxie. Look at the camera. Oh! Hello, everyone. Good boy. What he wants is a treat. So, what I wanted to do actually is say, hey, how are you guys? I have been a cleaning fool, and I have a feeling that Maxie is not going to stop this until I get him a treat. So let me see if they're, well, do I have a treat nearby? I'll give him a pita chip. So, isn't it fun coming on when the doggies are being bad? Come over here, buddy. Have some chips. Okay. So, hi. How are you guys doing today? It's been raining off and on here and just been a little bit wacky. Tell me hello and let me know where you're from, what the weather's like. It's hot and rainy, and the dog is cranky. And I'm a little cranky, perhaps too. I've been cleaning the kitchen like a fool, so I've gotten stuff out of my cabinets and I've put things back. I'm trying to have everything all organized. But what I wanted to show you is Farmbox Direct contacted me about being an affiliate. At this point, I am not an affiliate. I asked them to send me a sample box, and I want to unbox that for you now, and then we can decide together. So it says on here it's a 15-pound box, but on Farmbox Direct's site, it doesn't say 15-pound. It has small, medium, and large. I'm assuming this is probably a small box. But I wanted to give you, hi Nancy, it's very hot in Pennsylvania as well. I think it's just hot everywhere. We got up super early and got a nice walk-in, so that was really good. And I hope you're staying cool. Max is crunching on something on the floor. So let's take a look at this Farmbox Direct. I will say I think this is the smaller box. Let me show you. Oh, actually, I've changed the camera angle a little bit. So this is very similar to what Misfit puts in their boxes. So it's like this insulation stuff. And you could reuse this for some things. They put in a ton of ice packs. I will say that, like 6 compared to Misfits 1. So I do like the way it's packed. I'm going to sit this down here and just pull out because they have actually all the veggies in a little bag. Oh, 15 pounds seems heavier than it ought to. Oh, there's all those ice pack things. And there really is 6 of them in there. So that's kind of a lot. Hi, Jody from Ontario. It's even hot in Canada. What's happening? No, it's called summer, Kathy. That's what's happening. So let's get a little idea of what's in here. I'll show you from overhead, and we'll take a look. Now, Farmbox Direct is not like Hungry Harvest or Misfits in that it's doing seconds. I think it's just working with farms. And let me see if I can see where this actually shipped from. It shipped from Kansas City. So I'm in North Carolina, so a good test is the lettuce, and this lettuce looks beautiful. There's just a tiny browning there, but considering that it came from Kansas City, I think it's really nice. They've got a lot of things in these plastic bags. My least favorite thing in the world, cherry tomatoes. These are organic, so it does look like actually I have an organic box because I'm seeing a lot of organic labels on the things that have labels. So I've got an avocado. Oh, and they also, now this is smart. So this is like the big things that come in vitamins, right? Only they're little teeny tiny. This is a giant one that takes the humidity and water away from this. So I did notice that a lot of things in here were drier than they've been in the Misfit boxes. I'm going to save this and put it in a drawer somewhere. Let me just kind of move these over here. Okay. So this was the lettuce, as usual, as big as my head, so that counts. We've got a cucumber, 4 carrots, a purple carrot, which I've really enjoyed using a lot, and it really creates these fun colors. So these carrots are too thin to spiralize. So I've been finding some really good spiralizable carrots at the Asian market that are really big. But what you can do when you can't spiralize them is you can take a peeler and literally just kind of use the peeler and make these long strips that are beautiful in salads. But I think these look pretty well. They look pretty good. Take the rubber band off. There's a little thing on the cucumber, but seriously, it's perfectly fine. These tomatoes are good. There's a little bit of moisture in here, which is not crazy at all, but I will take them out of here and make sure that they dry so they don't get moldy. I've got a beautiful, beautiful mango, and this is a nice big mango, so I'm really enjoying it. Okay, we've got some green beans in here, and again, they put another one of the packets in here to keep them dry. And that's really awesome, because I do find that when I'm getting some Misfit, if I don't open it soon enough in the heat, that green beans are more likely to mold on some of these little ends. So that's a super awesome thing. So we probably got about a ½ pound of green beans. And then we have some mystery packages. Hey, Joanne, how are you? A red bell pepper. So we'll put that there. And what we're doing, Joanne, I know you've come in late. This is Farmbox Direct. And so I believe this is the small organic box, because a lot of the things with labels are organic. And yep, this one's organic too. This is a red plum. And this is a nice size red plum. It's beautiful.
I'll scooch around here. I want to adjust your mic.
Sure. Is it really loud?
It's making some weird booming.
Okay. Cheryl is adjusting my mic. Sorry if I've been booming in your ear. And I have 2 perfect, beautiful apples. I do kind of like the way they're wrapping some of this in the paper instead of the clamshells, because I think that actually the produce has ended up being less smushed because of it. So, okay, I don't know if it's better or not, because it sounds the same to me. I don't get to, so if any of you guys think that this sounds better than before, I'm using a new microphone because the old microphone was doing some weird stuff, so I upgraded. But we're still getting all the settings right and all of that. And Joanne just came back from the beach. Lucky Joanne. So, so when you look at this, I mean, and again, and an avocado, lest we forget. This is not a lot compared to the large Misfit Market that I get. So I get a fairly large Misfit box. And in fact, I think what I'm going to do is a comparison, because I got my Misfit box today too. Would you like to see the other one? Would you like to see Misfits? I think it's going to be like comparing apples and oranges, because I think this is a tiny box and my Misfit is a large box. But when I'm seeing over here and I'm going to look at the boxes, Farmbox Direct is fairly expensive. So if this is an organic box, it may actually be $47. I don't see a smaller one unless they tell me they've done a juicing box. They could have done a juicing box for me, but the cheapest box that they have is $43.95. So while this food looks great, and if you can't get Misfits in your area, I think this would be a great, quality-wise, A+. Value for the money is a little harder. So let me sit I'm going to sit this stuff over here, and let's take a look at the Misfit box too. I was thinking of doing 2 separate videos, but and again, realize that with the Misfit box though, I've got the large box and not the smaller box. And I'm going to lift this, all these things, and let me grab the Misfit box, which doesn't feel as heavy. And so again, now we're looking at the Misfits box, okay? And they are using kind of a similar thing, only this is in plastic instead of paper. So I would say Farmbox Direct wins a little bit on the packing that way. This is one giant bag, which is probably about 2 bags of the other. And again, I got a bio drain bag, which is sink and garden gel pack. So is it better, Cheryl?
A little better. I think it's like when you turn your head right onto the mic.
Should it be further?
Maybe
in the middle?
Yeah.
Like,
let's try it there.
Okay. Sorry if I'm booming at you guys. Okay, so it has a piece of cardboard. I'm going to put the cardboard here just to kind of so you can see what's in what. The Misfit box, let me go back and just double check that the Misfit, that I'm telling you the right prices. So if the Madness is what I get, not the Mischief. And it is $35, and then I think there is $5 shipping with it. Okay, so this is the big one. The last box I got last week, a lot of it did not travel well, and that will happen sometimes with any of these services. But let me tell you this, so I had 4 pieces of fruit and 4 things of greens, and they were all not good enough. So I emailed them with the pictures of those, and they actually refunded me the whole box. They were very generous. And so this is my kale, big old thing of kale. I've got a couple of zucchinis, a baby, and a not so baby. Okay. Some giant mangoes. So what you'll find with Misfit Market, it's all organic, so I know that that's happening. But sometimes you might get a giant mango, and sometimes you might get the smallest mango you've ever seen. So things are going to vary in size much more. And I'm sorry that Max is making that noise. I don't know where Cheryl went, but she left him, and she's very sad. And I have 4 big giant bell peppers. And I was able, so with the Farmbox, they just sent me some stuff. So this could actually be a sample. So if you use Farmbox Direct, please let me know if this looks like what you usually get or not. Okay, so I've got 2 cucumbers. I've got some broccoli. And this happened last time too. The broccoli, some of it was not quite ripe enough. It's not really bad. It's just not super green. But this is the kind of broccoli I like, where it has a lot of stems, so I can peel it and make cruciferous crunch with it. And that makes me very happy. And now we're going to layer 2. And I've got some collard greens. Now these are slightly yellowed. They're not as yellowed as they were last week, so I'm not going to ask for a return, but I need to use these really soon. And see, the ones on the inside aren't so bad, but they're just not as good as they often are. Let me kind of get some of this in. Cheryl is obviously still adjusting, so many apologies if it's very, very loud or something. I got some bok choy. And so what I was talking about with those packets is that it would keep this from happening. Now this is fine because we got it right out of the truck in time, everything's good. But if it was starting to turn a little bit, having that liquid can make it worse, way, way, way worse. I've got a big old cabbage. Okay. I've got some oranges. I feel like even though this is a smaller Misfit box than sometimes I get, I still feel like this stuff is, I'm getting a deal at $35. I've got 6 limes and 3 lemons coming up. Okay, so a bunch of limes. Oh, 4 lemons. Lemons, which are great to make, to put in your water, or you can also go ahead if you want to be super proactive. We could grate the zest and freeze it for any, it'll freeze for a few months, so that'll be good. Then we could also juice them and freeze the juice in ice cube trays. So if you feel like, I know that recently I threw out some citrus that wasn't lasting the way I needed it to. So that's a really good way if you find that you've got a lot of citrus or you got a lot of citrus on sale. And then I have 5 red potatoes. So the large box costs $35 at Misfits. And let's see what the Mischief box is, $22. So the smaller box is $22 here. Hey Deanna, how are you doing? So honestly, and what we're saying here for anybody who's just come is there are 2 different boxes I've unboxed. I've unboxed Misfit Market, the large box here, and I've got collards and kale and broccoli and red bell peppers and zucchini, cucumbers. These were all things that I picked because once you do that for a while, you can pick them out. I've got bok choy, mangoes, oranges, lemons, limes, potatoes, and red cabbage. So this was $35 plus $5 shipping. Everything is organic. Over here, they sent me a Farmbox Direct box, which I can assume is organic because some of the labels, that anything that has a label is organic. And I got 4 carrots, a mango, 1 cucumber, Boston lettuce, probably about a half a pound of green beans, a pint of organic tomatoes, 2 apples, a plum, 1 bell pepper, red bell pepper, and an avocado. And if it is one of the boxes, the cheapest box, which is not the organic box, is $40-some. So it's a great option if you don't have access to something like Hungry Harvest or Misfit Market. But I think for bang for your buck is kind of obvious. So this would cost less than this. And I was kind of hoping I could be neutral and I would like them both the same because I do like Hungry Harvest as well. And I should go ahead and get a box in just to do an unboxing of them. What I like is that with Misfits, everything's always organic. And I've had pretty good luck. Now, with any of these services, so is it Denini? I'm so sorry. I'm just going to say Denine. Is asking, do I get to pick what I want at Farmhouse? So I didn't order from Farmhouse Direct, but let me check and see if you do get to pick or not. Let me see if I can find out. Farmbox, sorry, Farmbox Direct. At Farmbox Direct, okay, let's say if I get a fruit and veggie box, if I go to select, see menu. It tells you what it's going to be in there. It says menus changes each week and contents may vary. So like the only organic small box fruit and vegetable, and actually it's pretty darn close to this. Really close. So it's 2 apples, an avocado, a plum, a mango, 1 cucumber and 1 zucchini. Only I think we got extra carrots maybe. A cherry tomato, green beans, bell pepper, carrots and butter lettuce. Yeah, so that would be this box. This is exactly what I got. So no, you don't get to pick. And this box would have been $47.95.
And how much is that box?
This box is $35.
Really?
Really. I wasn't it sounds like D9. Okay, great, D9. Yeah, so I had really good luck with Misfit Market. Now, here's the thing, though, I was getting ready to say before, and this is nothing against Farmbox Direct. This produce looks amazing, okay? I am, at this point, not an affiliate with them. They sent this to me so I could check it out. And would I buy from them? Yes. If it was the same price, yes. I think as far as value, you're getting more stuff here. So this is the large box at Misfits is $35 plus $5 shipping. The smallest box, the small box, not the medium box or the large box, is $47.95. So that's
$7.95 more.
No.
Is that before
it's like
shipping?
I don't know if I'd like to think this includes shipping. I'm not positive, but I'm pretending. So even then, it's almost $10 more than the large box here. Still, so let's call this $40 and this $48, right? I would still go to Misfit Market. I know some people have had issues with Misfits, so I am not here to tell you don't go to anywhere else. There's plenty of places like this. I would like you, if you can do a CSA with your farmer, if you can get to the farmer's market. I like Misfits and Hungry Harvest because they're trying to use food that isn't necessarily going to get sold. So sometimes if potatoes are too tiny or too large or things are missized, it'll go there, and I really do enjoy that. Yeah, and Deanna said it's a lot of produce, and this is actually kind of a small box for Misfit. This is the smaller size. I've had it where everything was covered before. And I do have this piled up in this nice little pile. Let's see what else and Denine, at Farmhouse, it looks like you do not get to pick. Farmbox. It's because I'm reading what she said. Farmbox. Thank God Cheryl's here. Who knows what I would do all on my own. You don't get to pick there. Hungry Harvest, you do get to. They pick some stuff, and you can pay extra for customization. At Misfit Market, the first box or two, depending on your area, they pick for you. And so that happened for a while, and then they finally rolled around to my area. I probably had it for 6 months where I let them pick stuff, and it was super fun. At like Thursday at 4 o'clock, boom, the form goes up. And so like if there's like cool things like white nectarines or fennel or something cool, like a super cool vegetable or fruit, it will go. So if you go an hour or two later, there will be some things that you can't pick from. I've never not been able to get greens or some fruit of some kind. And usually, you know, I've even gone in there and gotten 3 or 4 kinds of potatoes or 3 or 4 kinds of lettuce at a time. What they do is they usually have 3 sections, and you get to pick X amount out of each section. So if you have 9 picks, you can only get 2 of these picks, but you can get 6 of these picks, and you know, the rest in those. And you can't order 2 of anything. So I couldn't get 2 red cabbages. But if there was a choice for a green cabbage and a red cabbage, I could have done that. Does that make sense?
So is it, so this other one, do we know, now it's not like Misfits, it's like supposed to be the cream of the crop stuff?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be cream of the crop. It's very good quality.
Yeah.
It's a very high quality. Now, I will also then come and say most of my Misfit stuff has been very high quality, but I expect to lose, you know, at least a third of one thing, you know, like maybe a third of an onion, or like I think I'm probably going to lose a third of this bunch of collards. not a third of everything, but usually there's one item that I might have to cut something off of. If they were a little bit less green, then I would just take a picture and send it to them. And that goes with any of these delivery services. So, and I've never had Misfit Market not just go ahead and credit me. I've had the same thing done with Hungry Harvest too. So what happens though, and why a lot of people get really upset, because it is upsetting to open up a box of spoiled produce, but it's packed well and it's packed cold, and then it's sent to like FedEx or UPS or USPS or somewhere. And that's where things can go awry, especially in the hot weather. And what had happened is I had some cilantro that basically melted on some of my other greens that were also yellow last month. And then, oh, sorry. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? Anybody else excited? So what happened is that was the pet fountain, and I just threw all my water in there because it just ran dry. So, sorry, and that sound makes Max crazy, so I apologize for all the drama today.
Welcome to our house.
Yeah, welcome to our house. This is how life has been lately. Let me get back over here. So I don't even remember what I was saying. Yeah, and Denine says, Misfit customer here, and I love them. Need to check out Hungry Harvest. Farmhouse produce looks solid, but is very expensive. Yes. And honestly, I had looked at it when I was looking to do this stuff. And it also, since COVID is still kind of going on a little bit longer, and I know, for instance, my friend Dawn, who lives in Katy, Texas, they are only allowed to go out and get groceries right now. So some things are cycling around back to the beginning, so it's good to know things that you can get delivered. I am also able, I think it's Sugar Hill Produce, is a local farmer who's doing boxes. And it's a little more expensive. I think the boxes, it's more similarly compared to Farmbox, but it's about 20, I think with it's like 30 bucks. And I don't mind giving that to a farmer to have it come to my house. And actually, I got an extra box of nothing but heirloom tomatoes. And if you were in my sushi class last Saturday, and if you're interested in taking the sushi class, you can look at kathyhester.podia.com and you can still purchase the class. But I made a spicy tuna roll using those really thick, kind of beefsteaky heirloom tomatoes. It was so good. Yeah, and Joanne says value equals Misfits. And then Denine said, thank you, love the unboxing comparison. Joanne says, more drama than the blender. Yeah, I lost a lot of people during the drama. So if you're coming back to rewatch this, I'm very, very sorry about all of that. But hey, sometimes life is what it is. But I'm going to wash up all this produce. Again, quality-wise, I would definitely recommend Farmbox. And, you know, I still think the value is big in Misfits. I know some people who have watched me do Misfit unboxings have been unhappy. But the thing is, if you're unhappy, you need to contact them. And I would be shocked if they are not refunding your money on seeing pictures of unedible food, because they have gone over that extra mile. I'm not even like, I don't work for them or anything. I pay for my boxes. So I don't get any special. Yeah, and Joanne said they were beautiful tomatoes, and they were. And it was just like, oh, just so, so yummy. But do you guys have any other questions? Because if not, I think I'm going to call it a night. And there may be a glass of wine at the end of my night after all of this exciting drama. First, Cheryl wasn't here and Max needed a snack.
Oh my.
There's been lots of things, and then evidently the sound was not that awesome, so I apologize for that. But it was beautiful to see you guys, and I will be back soon.